Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's sets of workshops. This week, we're going to be talking about values and self-esteem. We're going to be talking about how values affect ourselves and how we conduct ourselves and how it can affect our work, okay? So to understand what values are, first, I think we need to talk about what are values. So what are values? Values are the things that you believe are important, and it's in the way you live and work. They determine your priorities, and deep down, they probably measure you and tell you uh, if your life is turning out the way you want it to, right? So values are the things that we hold dear, right? So some of the things and types of values that we have are there's personal values, there's family, social, cultural, material, spiritual, moral, professional, right? So there's all different types of values. So personal values could be things that we ourselves believe in or feel that are important, right? And they're usually nurtured by our family and from where we grew up, or who our primary caregivers were as we were going through our youth, right? And then as you age and become your own person and become an adult, you probably develop your own personal and family values, right? Social cultural is our community and the place in which we live in, right? So it could be the fact that I live here in Canada, we have a different set of social cultural values. The States, the UK, overseas, Asia, there's all different kinds of social cultural values, right? So there's different expectations of how men or women and children should be acting in those various types of communities and culture, right? Material values, some people highly value material type things. So you work hard, you buy more expensive things, and you may value the more expensive a material type item. That shows you what your worth is, right? So different people will feel that various things mean different things for them, and they might value that status of having high-end items, right? Or you could be the opposite. Maybe materialistic things aren't important to you, but you more value that time shared with family and friends, or value more uh, just being able to provide for your family, right? And not to say that one or the other is good or bad, or you could even have a mixture of both. Like, I mean, there's different things, different people have different types of values, and it completely depends on how you were raised, right? Or maybe you were raised in yeah, so it's affected by how you were raised or how you lived growing up. Spiritual, some people are spiritual, some people aren't, right? Again, those are all different types of things that people value and can come in various different ways and forms, right? Moral values are usually defined by how our family acted, how we acted, the community, how how we behave in certain groups, different places, different people, right? Professional, those are professional values are dictated how we work in an employment setting, right? So professional values is probably what we're going to talk a little bit more about as we go through here. So just to talk a little bit about certain things about that can affect how we work is our core values, right? So those are our fundamental beliefs of ourself, right? So these are our guiding principles that dictate our behavior, how we interact with people, how we understand the differences between right and wrong. And those directly are related to our professional values, right? So um, some professional values could be trust, integrity, um, work ethic, strong work ethic, um, professionalism, being on time. Those are all things that people can value as in um, professional values. Okay, so then our beliefs and attitudes can also affect our values and can affect how we work professionally, right? So our attitudes arise out of our core values and beliefs. Beliefs are assumptions or convictions that we hold to be true based on our own past experiences, right? So values are worthy ideas based on things and concepts and people, right? So those behaviors are how these are internalized systems, like our attitudes, beliefs, and values are expressed, right? So maybe I believe in something different than you, or you believe in something different than me, but we can still have a good conversation about how those things are, right? And they're based on our past experiences, and how, you know, how we interacted with the world around us. Okay, so that's what we mean by core values and beliefs and attitudes. So by having a good belief and attitude and good values, um, they can drive us to be a bit better professionally, right? Um, and drive us to be better employees in the end. That's what I have for about values. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we do our weekly question and answer session. The next piece that we're going to talk about is a self-esteem and how it affects our values and our beliefs and attitudes. Okay, so stay tuned for that next piece, and we'll see you shortly.